A lot of what we do is making the intangible tangible, I'd say, when it comes to brand strategy or putting intuition onto paper. A lot of times people might have a gut feeling about what they want their brand to stand for.
When people like you, strategists, say we do the research, this is what research sounds like, everybody. Research isn't getting on Pinterest or Behance and looking at things that you like and saying, I've researched. This is really kind of combing through the data and trying to look and spot patterns. And I love that expression. It's intuition on paper, which is like, that's a nice juxtaposition of two words there. Because you don't think, intuition, isn't that something we feel and act upon? But you're saying it's on paper. So that's really cool. And if this idea intrigues you and you're, let's say, a logo designer, I'm going to just make a reference point here to Paul Rand's beautifully written and illustrated process books, where when he goes to present a logo to a large corporation, he takes them through the ideational phases and he writes about it. And it's a very logical process of how you start and where you end, because he's famous for, I'm going to make you one logo. There are no revisions. You can use it. You don't have to use it, but either way you have to pay me. And it's quite wonderful just to look at that. And so it's a very logical narrative, and you can understand the decisions that are made and why he wound up where he wound up.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And just last week, I gave a presentation, and 70% of it was what we decided not to do. It wasn't the actual solution. It was, these are all the paths we tried. These aren't working for whatever reason because of these insights we found. And now here's finally the solution we're arriving to. But again, it's taking clients on a journey to the eventually the final solution.
Why is that valuable to a client to see all the things that you tried but didn't work?
I think so they can feel good about a final solution. I think a lot of times clients come to agencies because, you know, they have an idea, maybe they should do this, maybe they shouldn't. They need either validation somehow or someone to challenge that intuition. So I think part of servicing a client is showing the process of how we get to where we get to. I think they pay for our thinking just as much as the solutions we arrive at, and showing the thinking, I think, is really valuable.
I think what a lot of smaller shops, and generally speaking, freelance creatives don't realize is when they see the final execution, everyone starts to argue. Oh, that's so simple. You paid $100,000 to do that. I could have done that. What they don't realize is the process you just described, which is clients pay you a lot of money to do the due diligence, to explore, to try things, to test things, to prototype. What the general public often never sees is that entire process. And so they've gone through a very controlled process of eliminating things that don't work and exploring what ultimately will be dead end, so that they can arrive and reassure that this is the one correct solution.